Good morning, FlossTube. Oh my goodness, happy Sunday. It is March 6th and it is episode number 36. I am so happy to be here. It feels, anytime I'm gone and I skip a week, it feels like forever. So it was really nice that we had a little special episode planned. Becca from Sambry Stitches, myself, and Linda, Stitchy Linda. You actually were able to see her, and for those of you who don't know her, meet her, and that was so much fun. So I will talk a bit about that later, but for right now, oh my gosh, welcome, welcome, welcome. I am so thankful to be sitting here, and I wanted to just say thank you to those who are new and have subscribed to my channel. I feel incredibly blessed by the opportunity to sit in front of you most of the time on a weekly basis and share my Stitchy world with you, sometimes my family, faith, fitness. It's just kind of everything, but for the most part, this channel is 95% about my passion for cross stitch. And I share my whips and my haul and my plans, and I'm just so glad that this community exists. I am excited for things to come and a fun announcement that I get to share with you today. I don't know how to say thank you for all the friends that I've met, and these are true friendships from across the miles. And if you'd have asked me a few years ago if that could truly exist, I probably would have hesitated to say yes, but I absolutely hands down can tell you that friendships that are formed through Instagram, through FlossTube, across the miles, from country to country, exist. And it has been a huge blessing in my life. So with that being said, I am so glad to be sitting here with you, and I have so much to share. Let's see. If I go through just a quick recap, the week that I did not record, which was last Sunday, it was just a rough start for Philip, and I just felt like I had a lot of pressing things going on, and the best solution is always to listen to your heart, always to listen to that intuition. And it just had told me that it was not the right time to record a FlossTube. So that week I had spent my entire Stitchy time working on the third and the last in the trilogy for the Twin Peak Primitives. And the first of that is Lady Liberty, which has been released. It is a market exclusive, and I model stitched that, and then it was so wonderful that the twins came up with the idea for a trilogy. And I had finished, my goal was to finish the second in the trilogy in January, and the third in February. And I have done that, and it is actually finished at the framer. So I get to go pick that up on Monday, tomorrow. And that's just, so it's hard sometimes, because for me, sometimes my stitching behind the scenes, I don't get to share. And then all of a sudden one day I get to share, and I'll get to share too with you. I believe that the twins plan to release the trilogy as a whole in April. So don't hold me to that. I absolutely am so excited, and it is, I think you're gonna love them. And they are nice sizes to stitch. So that was literally that entire week, and I had no progress to share with you. So that was another big reason to maybe just that I felt like I knew my priority that week was to get a finish, and the only way to do that was to 100% stitch on that. And it was one of those pieces that, although I loved it, do you ever just feel like every time you turn around there's one more thing to add and one more thing to add? And it felt like that for me. So when I did have that finish, oh boy, was I ready to just, I actually needed a break from stitching, and I've never felt like that before. I was confused as to where which direction I wanted to head in, which project I wanted to pick up. And so I'll share with you a little bit of where that led later. But either way, that was the week that I missed. I literally spent all of that stitching on the trilogy. Okay, so moving on, who did I watch? Well, I've watched a lot, but I will say I usually try to watch someone new any chance I get, or when I have a good amount of time to sit and enjoy FlossTube. So this week, the new stitcher that I watched on FlossTube, she has 3, I believe, at this point. So I binge watched Curvy Stitcher, C-U-R-V-Y Stitcher. And she has a young child at home, and it was just, I just absolutely enjoyed. As you can tell, she progressed from FlossTube number 1 to FlossTube number 3. And, you know, you just need to give her a chance. It's one of those things where a new FlossTuber learns about lighting. They learn about how to, you know, react to staring at themselves when you're recording. And she also has obviously an authentic life, which I love, which is, you know, she has a young child that, although he's playing and happy, he still wants to check in with mommy. So give Curvy Stitcher a look. She stitches many samplers, many primitives. I love that she likes some of the spookier stuff. Not spookier, she calls it dark, but like, it's just, you'll see it, but to me, it's just, she's got a very awesome stitching palette and variety. So I think she loves Stacey Nash. You will enjoy seeing her whips that she has going. I watched Kindred Stitcher. That was actually last night. I have found that I prefer to run outside in our community, and there is not always a good chance to do that. So I have a workout room here, and I have used the treadmill. And the best way for me to get through the treadmill, because I don't like it, they have them staring at a blank wall. And so I have learned that floss tubes that I know last about an hour are my best solution. I get an hour in. So last night I watched Lisa, Kindred Stitcher, who is a favorite of mine, and she went through her market, you know, things that she's looking at. She went through her haul, and she's trying to slow down a little bit because I believe she has a move in her future. But, you know, check out, if you don't, which I'm sure you do, Lisa, Kindred Stitcher. She was a good 50 minutes, and that kept me going on the treadmill. So thank you, Lisa, for that, because otherwise I probably would have jumped off much sooner than I did. I watched Saltbox Stitcher, and just a variety. Okay, so let's see here. I'm trying to make sure that I don't, okay. When it's 2 weeks, I really do need some notes. Fitness journey, was, you know, obviously you were with me during my half marathon with my sister. Thank you so much, everybody, for your sweet comments, for taking the time to sit with my sister Jennifer and myself. It you know, was a really fun family weekend. I think that was another reason that I just hesitated to do a floss tube, because most of my time was either doing the model stitch, or I spent as much time with my sister and my dad and my family as I could. So that being said, I really did enjoy the half marathon. I've got new shoes coming, and because that was definitely something I was gonna need if I did it again. And we have officially signed up for a 10-mile trail marathon through Florida Run, is where I found it, in Central Florida. So anyways, I'm excited for that. That's coming up in May. And my sister, who lives in Georgia, I believe she shared, is going to go ahead and she's going to come back down. So you never know. I also know that she shared with you her Little House Needleworks Pilgrim Stitch, Plymouth Stitch. And as of last night, she shared with me that she's down to just a last couple of things. And I think the sales on on the boat. So I have a feeling that she's going to have a finish soon, which you know what that means. Time to pick up another stitch, and hopefully she'll share that progress with you in May. So that is my whole little fitness thing going on. And I do try to get up to my daughter, Heather, my oldest. She has joined me when I go to the workout room. If she's available, then she'll come with me. And that's really nice to have somebody. And I don't think our daughters realize that when they become older. I know that I didn't as much as I should when I was a young mom, but how nice it is to have that one-on-one time with your daughters without, sorry husbands, but you know, sometimes we just want to be with our daughter. And when the grandkids are here, I am just all about them. And so, you know, I'm really pleased that we have found something for ourselves that's healthy. And I hope it continues. We're going to swim some nights, and I just think it's so healthy for her too, as a new mom, to, I mean, she's not new, but her oldest, you know, Aria will be 4 in May. But this is good. This is good for her to be able to say, I can give this to myself. It's a healthy choice for her. And so anyways, that's been fun. So moving on. Okay, the special edition FlossTube with Becca of Sambry Stitches happened this week on this past Wednesday. You can still, this was really nice because Becca was able to send me the video as well, so I could share it on my FlossTube channel. So it's there for you, and Linda was able to join in from her home and actually her Stitchy room / office, and it was really fun. It was just an hour of Stitchy talk and what everybody was interested in. So I did save the some of the models, or some of the patterns that I have pre-ordered to share again. I'll just go through them. I'll go through them quickly, but you know, it's nice to give these designers a shout out. But if you really want to know my thoughts and our feedback, the best place is to go to the Stitchy Talk Special Edition with Becca and Linda. So I loved that, and it was so fun. Let's see here. Okay, I think we're ready to share some good stitching. The first one, the FFO I have was from the twins, and I'll have that Monday, and they will let me know when I can share that with you. So that was my first FFO. Now, I am 12 minutes in, and I haven't shared any stitching with you. So I think the best thing that I'd like to share with you first is my whips that I jumped on for a couple of nights with you first. So the first thing that I felt like stitching was some Christmas, and I pulled out Greetings from the North Pole, which is a Country Cottage Needleworks. Let me get that for you. Go. This is a sale that I'm doing with Denise from Dot Dot Goose. She has an Etsy shop with her project bags, and I'm doing this with Linda. And this is, I didn't iron it this time, but this is my progress here. So this week I finished the second house, and I've worked my way up here to start working on this little elf. And I did get some more green in because per Linda's instructions, do not leave the border till the end. So let's see, just in case the lighting's better on this side. These houses, I've said it before, they are so cute, but they're something else. So I needed, after this finish, I needed a little break, went to my elf, and then I'll get hopefully started there. This is my 25th day stitching sale project that Lori Holt and Christy from Crosshatch Quilts are doing. I absolutely love that idea. So on the 25th of every month, you have a project you pull out, and that is your, that's Christmas related or Christmas themed. So this is mine, and I kind of picked it for a reason because I think I knew from house one that I was gonna need to push myself, and I did not want to I did not want to put it down because it is way too cute to not have for this Christmas. So when I do finish this, then I will go ahead and I will incorporate my Gingerbread Grove into my 25th day stitching, which is the sale with Becca. And I'm excited to get back to that and get some stitches in. So that is Greetings from the North Pole. And that is in my Dot Dot Goose bag by Miss Denise. And I will put that back. I'll put that over here. Okay, the next one that I worked on was, I was in the mood. A lot of people that started the OFE, Owl Forest Embroidery Red Cardinal sale with Becca and myself, and so many people joined in, and they have finished. And so I knew that would happen, and that's okay with me. Model stitches are something I absolutely enjoy doing, so I don't get stressed over the fact that I have to stop other stitching. So I was excited to get back to it, and this was my progress here. What I did was I accomplished getting some of the lanterns in and the white, came up the side. I got this motif in right here, and this bird, and that, and that, and this. And I've got the base foundation started for the next, it's like a bird feeder lantern type thing. So let me show you the picture. And there you go, that's Owl Forest Embroidery. Mine is just called Red Cardinal. There's actually two. And if you'd like to see a finished version, Hollis Hands Creates, she has finished hers, and it is beautiful. She started after me. She just loves the fact that cardinals, you know, when they visit, she's seen that, you know, she dedicated it to her grandparents. Some of us are putting initials of loved ones on there. I've done that. Becca's done that. Melissa Neely, she has finished hers. She's on Instagram. You could see hers, but there are many that have finished this. So that's that. That's my progress. I am using Owl Forest Embroidery's dyed floss. I had a good question this week from a gentleman. He's, you know, was wanting to take the plunge and start it. It is strange, you know, ordering from them for the first time, but he was just worried, would there be enough if he ordered their floss? I have plenty. I will say the green is the only one. If I ran out of anything, it would be the green. But I think I'm gonna be just fine because what I have left, there isn't as much green. I've got a big white piece coming in here. And you can tell this is the end. So my goal is that my plan and my goal is that this will be finished in, we are in March, so this will be finished in March. And so this will be my kind of push piece, and I'm excited about that. So anyways, that is the other whip that I worked on. All right. Okay. I think that at this point, I have two more FFOs, but I can't share them if I don't share the rest of the story. And that is that I had exciting news yesterday, and many of you on Instagram already know. And many of you have been so encouraging and so supportive, and I can't thank you enough. But I started designing some small patterns, and I opened an Etsy shop because I had two fully finished stitches and designs that I could share with you today. So it kind of has been on my mind for a long time, and I have to admit I give a huge amount of thank you to Cindy of Foxwood Crossings. I mentioned to you all that she was at she came to the meet and greet, and I met her at a stitch-in up at my local needle workshop, which is Brick City Cross Stitch in Ocala. And she was just very so special. And we talked and chatted, and I made just a comment that, you know, one day doing some designing. And so I think I was just at the point of saying thank you to Cindy, because she gave me that little nudge or push that I needed. And I went ahead when I was I wasn't in a stitchy bug, but I needed a break from stitching. And I went ahead and at some point over the last several weeks, I had purchased the program, and I started playing around and learning, and I went ahead and created a couple of designs, and I am excited to share them with you today in fully finished form. So I'll go backtrack a little bit later, but for right now, let's get to the stitchy fun stuff. My Etsy shop name is Finally a Farm Girl, and I know Randy can put the name below. There are no dashes in it. It's just Finally a Farm Girl, all one word. And anyways, thank you for those that have already visited my shop. That was really exciting. And like I said, I've already posted this on Instagram yesterday, and the friendships that I have and the encouragement were just mind-blowing. So the first design that I did, her name is Ruby, and this is her. Her name is Ruby Rabbit. That's the pattern name. Now, I have to give thanks to my daughter Heather, who model stitched her for me. And she's just, to me, she's just super sweet. I have to admit, she comes from, for me personally, I am not a big Easter cross stitcher. I don't care for many pastel cross stitches. My colors are typically in the deeper tones, and so I wanted a chocolate rabbit. And of course, I love farm things. So to me, I just loved the fact that she's whimsical and sweet. And of course, y'all know me, if you've watched for any amount of time, I love patterns with mice in them. So I am confident that pretty much every pattern I create is going to have a mouse somewhere. So anyways, let me see if I can get her closer. She's literally what she stitched on 32 count, summer khaki, and summer khaki Belfast. And the only specialty stitch, if you want to say that, would be her whiskers are just a long stitch, just a white long stitch. Now, I did use three fancy floss. I used my favorite sweet potato for the carrot because it does such a beautiful job. But again, DMC for all this is absolutely perfect. You can find a deep orange in DMC. Let me pull out her pattern here for you, because I can give you all the details. This is what your pattern will look like. Ruby Rabbit. I got these and these at Hobby Lobby if y'all need to get some. And I will tell you that I will give you the stitch count and all of that. Let me get my glasses here for a second. The stitch count is 77 wide by 75 high. And I used Weeks Dye Work Sweet Potato, that's the carrot. I used Weeks Dye Work Whiskey, that's his hat. Weeks Dye Works Lagoon is her dress, which is funny because that does not show in the pattern. It's strange, but that's how the patterns are when you're using the program. So, and Weeks Dye Works Chestnut is her body. So this is the pattern. It's a color pattern. And this is Miss Ruby. Now, on the back, I finished her with some brown. Again, even though she's quite whimsical, I'm still into the primitive colors more. So I found this really pretty brown calico at Hobby Lobby, as well as when I did my slit and fill, I found these carrots at Hobby Lobby. I'll show you a picture of those, or I have them right here. One second here. Okay, this is what they were. And all I did was, they have a little sticker on them, maybe for our crafting books on the back, and I just peeled it off. And then basically I could use glue to go right over my, where I had whip stitched the back. So that is Ruby. And this is Lady Dot Creates Rick Rack. I put a little bit on the bottom, but you can see that this is a really, I just didn't want your typical pink dress for her. So I really like the colors. Hopefully you can see that good. But anyways, that's her. That's Miss Ruby. And that is the pattern. So I'm really thankful, guys. It's your comments have been so fun to read. So thank you. Now that's one FFO. The other one I did was this. I love Christmas. I could stitch Christmas all the time. I'm so glad that I'm stitching Christmas all year this year. But I was a bear collector previously, and bears are still really kind of something I just gravitate to, but I don't display as much with anymore. The stuffed bears. So this is Santa Bear, and this way I can still display a bear, but I don't have to actually have a stuffed bear. I guess I gravitate more now to the older primitive bears. For a long time, I was a Boyd's Bear collector, both their ceramic pieces, figurines, as well as the bears. And you know, you only have room for so many. So this is awesome. And I did love the little primitive, you know, tree. And let me show you the actual finished piece. Now, this is Santa Bear, and I worked with my framer, Mike, at Hobby Lobby in Mount Dora to design. I loved the fact that he's square. So this is an 8x8 square shadow box from Hobby Lobby, and I can show you the back here. And of course it was half off. And because their open frames are half off right now. And so what he did was took this. I didn't want glass for photography, and as well as I don't usually put glass on my seasonal stitches. And he took a black mat and put the mat over top of the stitching, and then set it in. So he removed the glass for me, and then he lined, I don't know if you can see it, he lined the entire frame of it with black mat. The idea, like I told him, is I love it the way that it is, but I also like the opportunity that it can just sit on a table. I have limited wall space, so this is a nice option that it can just sit on a table. And then I might, at Christmas time, fill this with some of my snow that I used last year, which is just like a polyfill. It's just a stuffing, but it comes in real nice soft clumps. So anyways, I might fill that. I can put an ornament in, I can put nothing in, or it can sit as is, and I know I'm gonna be able to put something next to it. So this is Santa Bear. And I have a little bit of an idea about being able to, let's just say there's probably another one in my future. So that's Santa Bear. Now, I did use some fancy floss. This is Cupid because it's my favorite red, and it does its magic all on its own. I did use Whisper on his jacket and his hat. However, in the pattern, it just calls for B5200 DMC. That's your choice if you want to use Whisper. I do share it in my notes. And of course, there's my little mouse with his own little hat on. This is Whiskey by Weeks Dye Works. Again, you can find a DMC gold. And let me get you the stitch count on him. 1 second here. He was so fun. If you need a stitch where you just want to watch TV, he's the one, because you can use that dyed floss. And by the way, there's no reason you couldn't use DMC 115, which is that beautiful red I've shared that variegates, almost similar to Classic Colorworks Cupid. So this one is, I stitched it on 32 count summer khaki Belfast. It is 100 wide by 111 high. And your colors are, one second here. Classic Colorworks is the Cupid, and the rest are pretty much DMC, besides the whiskey. So, you know, and I gave you a note that it was Rainbow Gallery Whisper for his fur and jacket. So anyways, he is, both of those are in, these were my first two designs, and they are in my Etsy shop. And thank you to those that have already welcomed them into your home. So I thought it would be perfect if this week's giveaway were my two patterns, and I have one more. So this is the giveaway this week, and I have one more. So just one second. I wanted to share what I got from Fat Quarter Shop. This is called Oh Dear, and I know it's been out and around a little bit, but how perfect that if you decided, you know, that you were interested in Santa Bear. I mean, how cute that we got a little Christmas going on here. I almost feel like it's Christmas in July because I've done a lot of Christmas stitching. But anyway, so this is Oh Dear by Fat Quarter Shop. It's So Emma put the pattern out. And let me see here if it's got, let me open that up for you. He's really sweet. I mean, that's Rudolph right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 6 colors. Great pattern. I was looking for the stitch count. Oh, 81 by 91. So another nice size. You could throw in a bowl. But that's fun. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna give away all 3 patterns to one person. I just think that would be fun. Oh Dear, Ruby Rabbit, and Santa Bear. So let's come up with the magic word here. You know what? Why don't we just celebrate Ruby a little bit since spring is coming first. So let's just use the keyword Ruby from Ruby Rabbit, and you don't need to share it in a sentence, but you do need to be over 18. And make sure that, you know, you're not using giveaway, draw, or any of those words that we just, FlossTubers like to make sure these patterns get into the hands of another stitcher. So keyword is Ruby, R-U-B-Y. And I'm excited for y'all for that giveaway. I have mailed out, if I'm talking about giveaways, I have mailed out all of my giveaway packages. The only mailing I have to go out is for Vanna's sewing machine, and I need to find a small little box and get it wrapped up in bubble wrap. So Vanna, I didn't forget you. That little Holly Hobby sewing machine is still headed your way. I just need to get a box. Okay, let's move on to haul. The first thing is I have a design that I've already gotten put together, maybe needs a few more tweaks, but I found this fabric and I know I'm gonna back it in it, and I got this off Etsy, but unfortunately she didn't put her name with it, and I didn't keep the receipt. So all I can tell you is with this one, let me open it up a bit. I loved this fabric. I love this primitive blue fabric with all the alphabet on it. So I can tell you on here the name of it from the edging, so maybe you could look up. It's Wyndham Fabrics, and the name of the pattern is called Presents Pauline by L'Atelier Perdue. I would just search it under Wyndham Fabrics Pauline. Anyways, I have designed something cute for this. I hope that it's gonna work out. And anyways, I will hopefully give you a sneak peek. I have 2 other designs that are done, and they are out being stitched, model stitched, which that's what's so nice about this community. Linda, Stitchy Linda, is actually stitching a fall one that I'm excited about. That is really cute. And Becca is actually stitching a patriotic snowman one. So I've given them permission to share sneak peeks, and I don't know when or where, but either way, there's more coming. Okay. There was a lot today. All right. Then I picked up this in support of Ukraine. I picked this pattern up off of Etsy, and actually I love that you could see it stitched, and that bird is gorgeous. So this is Victoria House Designs Elegant Bird 1. She does have Elegant Bird 2 available, and this is not huge. This is 128 by 128. The pattern was a PDF download. It's beautiful. And I think that's something I'd like to work on too. My patterns were color, but I like that these are printing bigger. So I'm gonna work on that. It's definitely a learning curve, but this was, if you're able to purchase something, this is an Etsy shop that would support Ukraine. And I'm excited to stitch that, that blue bird. Let me get that closer if that helps in the light. So I added that. I picked up, because I knew that I fell in love with Misty Purcell Luminous Fiber Arts mouse capades. That is a market release, and 2 of the set are released at market. And of course, I made sure I pre-ordered that. And I happened to catch what I watched. That was a FlossTube I watched, which was really good. Luminous Fiber Arts, Misty Purcell. She has her own FlossTube, and it was adorable. So anyways, I happened to notice what the linen was, and I immediately went to 123 Stitch, because sometimes when market releases come out, all of a sudden the fabric isn't always available. So I grabbed some of this called for fabric, which it's really very pretty. This is 32 count Smoky Pearl Belfast linen by Zweigart. So that is going to be 4. Hold on one second. I have the picture right here, I believe. Oh, where's my mice? We had all these out when we did our little Stitchy talk. Oh, there they are. It is. All right. So this is Misty Purcell's mousecapades, and they are adorable. And this is the called for linen. So I just wanted to get a little jump, even if it's not a huge piece, but to be able to have it ready to go when Jean gets back. So anyways, very pretty. And I grabbed that from 123 Stitch. And at the same time, I picked up a little bit of this. It is the white opalescent, because I had an idea in mind. So it's just a small piece of 32 count white opalescent. I don't know if you can see that. But anyways, two pieces of fabric from 123 Stitch. One second here. Now, the market ones that I fell in love with and pre-ordered, I have right here. This is Hands On Design. F is for flag, and I ordered it with the pins. However, I do know that they've shared that if you watch, I watched Hands On Design too, their market releases, they shared that you could do it all as one piece. But that is that, and I am in love with that eagle. So that's one. Shepherd's Bush had a few new ones, and the one that I loved was to be free. Another eagle. Another one is hands-on design. Red, she said. I absolutely love that. Look at all those deep reds. Love that. This was this was kind of a funny one. It doesn't really go too much with my stuff. However, it is quite cute and perfect for a gift that I want to make. But this is by Nitka, and it is called "Are They Also in Your Kitchen?" And I just think they're sweet as all get out. But there's a Dala horse there, and we have some Swedish in our background, and so I have a second cousin who would really love this, and so I love the little coffee pots and the scale in the kitchen, and I could tweak this in certain ways, so I was excited about that one. Sometimes you see one and it's obviously not for yourself, it's for someone else, and it's perfect for them. So, okay, this is Erica Michaels Liberty Games. Love it, love it, love it. I love that it's so different. And I love a good patriotic stitch, so that's for sure. This one was the sampler, reproduction sampler that I ordered from Cross Stitch Antiques, and it is I Had a Father, Kind and True, Alice Clark, 1844. And I loved that this had, I know already that, you know, I don't have many pieces that make me think about wanting to dedicate it to my dad, and this is perfect. So, and then this is Sue Hillis, North Pole, and this is a 4-piece. It's a set, and it'll come out. And I know Becca grabbed this one, so it is adorable. I fell in love with Mrs. Claus Enterprises Sewing, Quilting, and Alterations. You could literally just stitch that, but I loved it. It had the gingerbread. I think I'm probably going to stop it right there. But either way, that is Sue Hillis. Okay, Teresa Kogut. What was there not to love? I know everybody's seen it. I don't have to repeat it, but oh my gosh, this one. Love it. Those colors are just to die for. And I can't wait. This is one of those I just cannot wait to stitch. And Brenda Gervais, Keeper of the Pins. I just want to keep working on my bowls. And my favorite that just, I mean, obviously I am partial to, I model stitched too for market. And that was Carriage House Samplings, the Florida sampler. And I loved that. Being a Florida girl now, so I think eventually I will restitch that for myself. And then of course Twin Peak Primitives, Lady Liberty is always going to be a really special piece, and I hope she does well at market. I was talking about Primrose Cottage Stitches, The Witch Next Door, and I absolutely love this. I cannot wait to stitch it, but it is the cutest little farmhouse, and I shared this on with Becca and Linda, and I just wanted to be able to say real quickly, I just love that it's just like her little house in the country, and she's got her laundry and she's off to do what she needs to do. I'm excited to introduce you to my witch that I've designed. Her name is Beulah. Beulah is just a fun family name that is on Randy's family side, and I just love it. It's a fun name to say, and it's an old name. So Beulah the Witch will make her appearance soon, and I'm excited for you to meet her. And I think at this point, I have some happy mail that I definitely need to address, so I hope that this is going to keep working for you. The first thing is I have been friends with Tina Egner for years and years and years, and I really was hoping to share a little bit of my Instagram story with you today, but I won't push it. But she's a big part of that. But she has just started doing punch needle, and she sent me, I I don't know what to say. Tina, you are amazing at this. So let me put this piece behind it so you can see it really good. But this is somebody who's been doing punch needle for, oh, I don't know, all about a week and a half, 2 weeks, and look at that. So this was a very sweet gift, and she knows that I would love sheep and patriotics, so I have, she sent me some help with the finishing techniques on, and when I get it into that shape, which will be hopefully today, I will share that with you next time. But if you don't follow Tina Egner, you need to definitely, you know, look her up on Instagram. I just, anyways, she's near and dear to my heart. Sisters from afar, and anyways, that was such a sweet gift and beautifully, beautifully punched. So I am so happy for her. The other thing I got was Happy Mail from the twins, and I hope you all saw their newest kit. Oh my gosh, it is just so cool. So this is a limited edition kit that was available through their Etsy shop. I don't know how many are left, if there are any left, but please check them out on Etsy. These kits are awesome because they come with everything. So this is the pattern, and it is called E Pluribus Unum, one out of many one. So you get the pattern, and this kit came with some of the cutest stuff. Beautiful fabric. Oh my gosh, whoa, it's just so awesome. Check this out. Here are Extrude Designs hand-dyed floss. Let me get him over this way. Wow. That's just so pretty. It has Extrude Design linen. Let me give you the name of the linen. Summer Khaki, 32 count. Right up my alley. So now, these coasters about knocked my socks off. Talk about, it's a sampler coaster. So it came with 2 coasters, tea for 2. Of course, I'm a coffee drinker. And I gotta share one more thing, and there's always goodies in it, and hold on for the crinkle, but I need to show you this. There we go. Oh, probably my favorite needle minder. That is so cool. So thank you, Nerdan and Nerzan. They are the ladies and the magic behind Twin Peak Primitives, and this was a very special gift. They know the way to my heart. So let me put this back together. I felt like it was Christmas. It kind of felt like a Christmassy week to me, between stitching it and Happy Mail, and I really want to get a start on that. So, I started a new model for them, and boy, oh boy, it's just everything. Okay, so I also had a big surprise. I had, when, I'm trying to remember, when I did the giveaway with Becca on the couple days before Christmas, when we did our Christmas gingerbread cocoa get together Stitchy talk, when Becca and I did that, we did like a few giveaways, and one of them was the frame that was my mom's. So when I sent it out, the winner, I knew who the winner was, which was really made it feel even more special that that's where Mom's frame was going. So the winner was Creative Country Girl, and I've shared her bag before with you, which was beautiful, and with a sampler fabric, Blackbird Designs. But Tammy Blaylock is Creative Country Girl, and I had sent her some fabric when I sent her the frame, and just said, if you ever, there was extra, I'm like, if you could one day turn this into a project bag. I would love it for samplers. I found the fabric on eBay. It's older, but I kind of had just forgot about it. And in the mail it came. And Tammy, you made me smile so big. Her bags are so gorgeous. I love this because it's just so nice and tall and deep, and she always adds the most special touches. So now you've got, not only do you have the little bling, but you've got this opportunity to put in what projects in the bag. So I think Christy Crosshatch Quilts and I saw this and fabric on eBay, and I think she bought up the other part. But I mean, it's just this colonial scene. It makes me think of Williamsburg. It's just, oh my gosh. And she just used this beautiful ticking on the back, and the inside is white on white, which I love. And of course it always has the clip. I know she has bags in her shop right now. If you go to her, you need to go, she does not do Etsy, she has her own website. So you need to go to Creative Country Girl, Tammy Blaylock, BLALOCK.com. And let me put it up there for a second. There you go, in case you want to just take a picture of that. Now, not only did she send me this one, which I now, just so you know, have. This has my Brenda Keys pattern that we all picked. So this is Went to Church, and I have everything ready. Sampler gold and all my threads. So this is going to get, this is my, you win a free start. Even though I did my designs, you get to do a free start because you finished a project. I could say I finished 3, but really it was the model that to me is, makes it work for me, that I get to have a new start. Okay, not only did she send me that one, but she sent me the most adorable, and she kind of had already said that to me once, that when I wanted to do the Viv Stirs 12 Days of Christmas, and I'm gonna make that wreath, which I'm doing with Michelle, and at Mama Loves You GB, and she's already got 2 done and I have 0 done. So I'm sorry, Michelle, I am going to get going on this now that my model's done, but she sent me this bag and I couldn't love it more. It is perfect. So Tammy, thank you. Her bags are adorable. And so again, look at this, look. Can you see this? I've got to put a tag in there, but look at that. It's a look at that guy. Nutcracker guy, Tin Soldier. Oh, so I'm ready for that. And then last but not least, Happy Mail was a gift from Linda, Stitchy Linda, and she had went to a retreat. And you know what? We all got FOMO going on right now. We would not be honest if we didn't say, I want to buy all the things, and I want to be at market, or I want to be at that retreat, or I want to be at the attic, or all of those. That's just natural. But Linda went to, I believe it was called the Bare Bones Retreat, and yes, this is barefoot needle art. And when she was there, she picked me up this project bag. So love you, Linda. Thank you so much, and thank you for doing all my crazy shenanigan things with me, like joining in with Becca. And there's more to come. So, okay, and look how cute. So I think I'm gonna maybe this is just gonna be perfect for my very next patriotic start. But I just love, but for summer, like summer related. Okay, I pray that this whole video can be pieced together. I am confident at this point that it's going to be over an hour. I have covered everything, including the giveaway. Please remember just to use the word Ruby. I hope you'll visit my Etsy shop. It looks a little lonely with only 2 patterns in it, but I promise there's more to come. And your friendship. Can I just say hi to Heidi? Heidi in Holland. She's just one of this sisters across the world kind of a deal, and we have just a unique situation. So Heidi, hi. It's just, there's just so many special people in this community, and you know what? I pray that y'all look for the good in this community, and you focus on the good in this community, and don't get caught up in anything else. Be the light, because that's what we're called to do. So I hope y'all have a great Sunday. Thank you so much for sticking with me, and other than that, I am going to catch you next Sunday. I've got to get some stitching going, and don't forget to floss. Bye, guys.